for the loss thereof. You have as your witness over here one of your buddies who is one of your regular dive buddies. I take it you dive in the Great Lakes?
That's correct.
Now, Mr. DeLay, you say that you recently inquired, I guess it's control of the business, and that you gave the plaintiff brand new equipment that included a regulator set and a high-end computer that's worth more than his old equipment. Is that true, sir?
Well,
That's what you're saying?
on giving him the equipment, yes, sir.
By the way, you say you recovered one of your regulators in a beat-up condition at the defendant's home place when you went by there. Is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, tell me your story, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Holla?
I enjoy scuba diving along with my friend Bob. We've become good friends through a lot of diving trips. And
great thing to do. I've been doing it since '66. Got certified by the Y way back when.
That's where I was certified.
Okay.
I'd taken my gear in to be serviced. My gear is very important to me. My life depends on it. So I'd done business with Scuba Daddys dive shop for several years. I'd bought some equipment there and had some service work and things done there. I'd taken my equipment in like I had done previously. Upon entering the establishment, I met Mr. Hardy DeLay. He had informed me that he was now working in the shop, and I had taken it that he was possibly an owner. And he was pretty excited about me coming in. I showed him my full face mask, and we had
interesting pieces of equipment. I started to get one of those with the communication set up. My wife likes to dive every now and then, so
yeah, it's a great piece.
Then I thought about it. Why in the world would you want the communication capacity when it's a great moment for a little peace and quiet?
I'd like to step in on this. One thing me and Steve do, I've got underwater video equipment also.
So you both have the same communication
Exactly. As you can see with this mask, Steve's not going to be talking to me at all. This is my mask, and I've got the communication right here on it. So I've got the ability to talk to Steve underwater. So the gear is not comparable by no means.
Okay, so we come out with $2,945.59 and then $85 for the traveling.
Yes,
to and from that totals out $3,030.59, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's go to the defendant. Now, sir, I'm sure you're a reputable businessman, but you tell me what the problem is.
I didn't own the store. For one, I was manager of the store, technician, and instructor. And the long and short of it is, I have the documentation for who owns the store, but they pretty much disappeared. And we were robbed on Thanksgiving Day, November 2007.
Burglarized.
That is correct.
We'll be back with more Judge Joe Brown in a moment.
Got a call from the sheriff, said that the back door was open and the locks were drilled out. All in all, the store lost somewhere around $60,000 in equipment. And then
sounds like there might have been an inside job here.
Closed captioning sponsored by...
We're back with Judge Joe Brown. The plaintiff says he took his diving gear to the defendant's shop for service and it was stolen. He says the defendant promised he'd replace the equipment but never did. Let's get back to the case.
Just what is your relationship with this business?
I don't have one currently at all, and I haven't had one since right after Thanksgiving 2007.
Let me see what you have to back that up.
Here's the sale of the business from the owner to the new owners, and then this was the all the registration work with the state. And I felt it was my duty as the manager to make sure that he got his gear back. I told him I'd give it to him, and then when the store was burglarized, I gave him the brand new equipment that you see there. And then one of his, the regulator that he got from my house was actually not his. It was one that was just like his, but it wasn't his because it was stolen.
When did this burglary occur?
Thanksgiving Day, 2007. Got a call from the sheriff, said that the back door was open and the locks were drilled out. All in all, the store lost somewhere around $60,000 in equipment. And then,
sounds like there might have been an inside job here.
You know, there was only the owner and myself, and the locks were drilled out.
and then the insurance didn't cover the loss because the owner of the store did not have what the insurance company claimed as monitored video equipment. So there was a complete loss. And the doors were shut that weekend. Never opened back up.
Well, I'm going to pass this information down to the plaintiff and his witness. It reflects, and it seems to be duly filed with the state on registration, the business known as Scuba Daddys has been acquired by a certain entity, which this reflects as an incorporated entity. If you will refer to page 1 of 5, you'll see what happened with the sale. And if you refer to page 4 of 5, you will see who the designated agents for service of process are. See, the corporation that acquired that is the one that's responsible for your equipment. He's only an employee. And what happens is, unless it's very closely operated, which in this case it appears not to have been, since there's a chain that owned it and a bigger chain that got it, what happens is that the investor's personal funds are immune, and you have to get what the corporation has. But I would suggest that in the meantime, since it's not too late, you submit this claim list you have here to your insurance company. They're probably going to hit you with a deductible, but you'd get most of it back.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm also wondering, was Hardy and this Steve in the process of taking over the business?
No. If you, I'm giving you a copy. If you read all of that, you will find that that incorporated entity made the full acquisition of the property interest in the business and the facilities.
I can tell you this, as the money that he's talking about that me and my other friend there put in was lost when the store shut down. We did put in money. We did invest in it. We didn't get any ownership, which we thought we were going to, but that's all current information. So we not only lost the $60,000 in inventory, we lost our own personal funds that we put into it.
Judge Joe Brown makes his ruling after this.
JoeBrown.com.
I feel for you, but there's nothing I can do because he's not even a managerial employee. He's just simply, he's an instructor, and he does the maintenance, and he appears to have gotten shafted because he's out of a job.
Okay.
So I would just say you still have a remedy, but I have to dismiss without prejudice your action because he has no standing. He's only an employee. But you filed with your insurance company and under homeowners. Read your policy. I think you'll find that covered. All right.
This courtroom is now in recess. Well, diving deeper into this case, the water became hazy when it came time to figure out who owned the shop. It's not the defendant. He is not liable. Case dismissed. We'll be right back.
Next on Judge Joe Brown.
Back, diving through the wreckage of this scuba saga was difficult considering the hazy shop ownership to deal with. Still, it became clear when the defendant offered paperwork he didn't own the shop. He's not liable. Case dismissed. For more information on future cases, check out our website at JudgeJoeBrown.com.